Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pimps and simps, welcome back to the Mac Life, the #1 podcast here in the world. We're back for episode 138. Now, if you're new to the channel, we go over absolutely everything to do with growing your brand online, monetizing that brand, marketing for OnlyFans creators, and management. So how to manage ladies' OnlyFans accounts and make serious amounts of money. This is the first video you've seen that I'm doing, okay? This is a podcast, so we do this in long style format. I share some updates that are going on in my life. Me and you get a little chance to connect, and then we go through the main topic towards the end of the video. And today's topic that I've decided is we're going to look at how to actually become an OnlyFans manager. What are the steps in becoming an OnlyFans manager? Pretty much every video that I'm covering at the moment on the podcast is focused around OnlyFans and OnlyFans growth because it's the industry that I'm involved in. It's the industry that I believe I can provide the most value in. So we're going to get into that, but I want to get through the updates first. We have quite a few updates and some really good updates, some really high quality updates, as well as some bad updates. There's some, but not bad. It's just your perception on things. It's just a constant change on things. So I want, let me try and get this fucking thing looking perfectly straight. I've been recently watching my earlier podcast because it's just starting to tick in my head that now I've pushed out 138 podcasts. This will be number 138, where I film for, 30 minutes to an hour. So you think, in each of these podcasts that I've got to do, I've got to gain a little bit of experience. And so you can really start to see the difference in quality between podcast one and the podcast now. And it's like my ability to speak on camera, my ability to understand what I'm talking about, the direction in which I'm taking things. And you can see, okay, that I've been making a shit ton more money from these podcasts as time has gone on. And it's simply because of the fact about what I talk in the podcast every single day. You have to put in the reps, okay? And not just the reps. It's reps times time equals outcome. The more reps you put in over a longer period of time, the better you're going to get, the more you're going to get paid. And today I want to give you all some scary sort of stats because I have a few YouTube channels that I'm running and I keep the other ones under wrap. Simply because of the fact that, I have listeners that are active listeners of this channel that love and get value from this, but I also have haters. And something I learned with one of these earlier podcasts, I don't know what number it was definitely before 100, but the haters can cause grief when you give them too much information about certain things. So you look at all these people online and all these celebrities, they don't give away all information because haters can use that against you. You're a hittable target when you give out too much information. But at the same time, I like to be as transparent as possible in these podcasts. I like to be 100%. And I want to give you all a really cool stat about something. But before that, I want to let you know that if you watch the last couple podcasts, I've been suffering a staph infection really bad that I got overseas. And today is the first day since having the staph infection that I actually feel 100%. I feel back to myself. I've been sleeping 12 hours a night. And if you noticed, I missed a couple days podcast, 2 days podcast. I actually filmed that. So you'll probably get a double podcast today, 2 podcasts today, depending on how I schedule this out, because there's a lot more videos as well. I filmed the podcast and then I went to my sister's and I was just too wrecked. I went to sleep early in the night. I think I went to sleep at maybe 7:30, 8. And then I slept till 9:30 the next morning. So I'd slept 14 hours. And it's just been drilling my body. My body obviously needed heavy amounts of sleep. I slept a massive period last night. But I've been waking up and feeling wrecked. And I woke up today. I am we're back. And it feels damn good to be back. And that makes me very grateful. And that's why I want to give some updates on things as well. But, it makes you very grateful to look at just, if you have nothing that you can feel gratitude for right now, that's quite sad because, it should be a constant reminder, even to be grateful for your health status that you're in now. It could always be worse. I woke up today and I'm fuck, how much do you take for granted just being healthy? You're worried about the business and, you're not earning as much money as you want and other people and, you've been working hard at it for 1 year. How unselfish are you? You've been working hard at it for 1 year and you're not a multimillionaire yet. You've been working hard at your business 1 year. You know how many people message me, it's not even their first year, it's their first couple months and they're disappointed that they're not a millionaire yet. It's actually insane, the world we live in. And then so what happens is, when you get sick, I've been sick these last couple of weeks and, I've still been putting out the videos, but I've been downplaying how sick I am. My mate that's caught the staph infection at the same time as me, he's in hospital at the moment overseas. He's on antibiotic drips, just completely gone. And I look at it and it's do you know how thankful you should be just for your health? And then like the fact that you could go outside and a freak accident could occur and you could lose your legs. Like I'll give you an example of a story. My mate's dad, my mate was telling me, he's like, yeah, my dad has one arm. And I was like, fuck, was he born like that? Why does he have one arm? I went on to meet his dad. He's awesome dude, super positive, super cool dude, real engineering mindset. And he said, no, he had his arm for most of his life. He was water skiing, or I don't know what. There was something on the water thing where you hold onto the fucking thing. And apparently he come off, but he hit the water that hard that it sliced his arm off. Legitimately, he hit the water with enough speed that it sliced his arm off. And that's what happened. And he just lost his arm. He went underwater, he popped back up, no more arm. You could just be out having a fun day, water skiing or whatever the fuck, and then you just lose an arm. And then your whole life you've got to learn to compensate dealing with one arm, like this massive amount of loss. So it's like, we are so ungrateful for what we already have each day. You can see, you can hear, we can talk. Like, for me, I think the biggest thing or the worst things that I could lose would be my sight and the ability to talk. Because for me, and obviously listen, but for me, these things are the ability to provide value to the world, the ability to create. And it's like anything else, I'm just so thankful as they're my basic main ones, and I'm so thankful to have those. But then everything else is an extra, the ability to move freely each day. We complain over the dumbest shit, and it's like, I want you to stop and I want you to connect to that higher level of gratitude, because it's going to make succeeding in business a lot easier. Really, it really is, because everyone else is operating from this fear bias of, fucking James is going to earn fucking 800,000 this year, I'm only going to earn 300,000, and you're in a comparison mode where it's like, bro, I got 2 arms, I got 2 legs, I'm fucking cruising through life, I am winning. And when you're operating like that, you know those people that just give out that aura, that carefree, that welcoming aura, and it's just like, that's the sort of person you want to be, and that brings more. Trust me, that brings more. It's really about mindset, really about mindset. And like the shorts that I'm starting to film on YouTube are gaining a lot of traction. Like the last video just got 21,000 views on a YouTube short, and I know I've got millions on TikTok, but it's like this is big for YouTube, and I know that they're building, but it's more so just looking at stories now, and the stories that I can give out, because it's, I don't know, I'm connecting to a place of like gratitude where you're looking at everyone and looking at everyone else and thinking, fuck, how ungrateful are some people. And when I'm telling out these stories, they're getting traction. So even looking at other people's negativity, I can turn that into positivity, recycle it, get views, get money. This is the Mac Show. Now, I'm going to be filming quite a few videos today, but I want to give you that update on some money side of things. So one of the businesses that I operate, okay, I like to stick one path. They're all within the same thing, basically, but they're a multitude. They're diversified. One of the businesses is simply based off a YouTube channel, okay? Just from a YouTube channel. That business, okay, also a monthly reoccurring revenue, the exact same way that I do with the Hive, okay? Monthly reoccurring revenue. First year of it, 21, what are we at today? 26.1 or 26.2K a month. And you're operating on massive margins. I don't know the exact number. I haven't looked at the P&Ls, but I know we have essentially no other costs. So that's a 300K a year income stream that's been created within its first year. And why I want to give you this example, and why it's not a flex to say, oh, I'll make it another 300K a year on top. It's to really hammer the fact into you that the age of opportunity we're in right now is massive, and we can spoil it. And most of you are spoiling your opportunity. And even myself, looking at it, okay, I'm spoiling the opportunity that's in front of me to do so much more. Fuck, itchy. I'm spoiling the opportunity to do so much more. And when I looked at it, I was like, even with the Mac Life, with this channel brings some serious money. And I'm like, what am I doing? I could be ramping this up by just being more intelligent with the way in which I do things. And I really want you to understand this. I'm going to give you some absolute bangers now to do with like practical, how you can get going, what you should be focusing on. Even if you're doing OnlyFans, you know, how to build your personal brand as well, to do this as an additional income that will become bigger than all your other incomes combined, okay? And so this journal my sister got me, right? Not only did I write down the goals, but I really want to hammer in some points for you, and I want you to do this straight after this video. I want you to write down your goals, but I want you to write a time frame on those goals. So for me, there's only 4 current things that I'm working on that'll be ticked off by December 31st of this year. Okay, and I want one of the business's monthly reoccurring revenues, MRR post-churn, so how much it's bringing in post-churn, okay, at 87,000. And I put it at 87,000 because it gives a bit of leeway. I know it's about 83 or 84 is $1 million a year profit. So I put it at 87 because it factors in, gateway payments and some other little shit. That's $1 million a year business. Okay, monthly reoccurring revenue. Boom. I need that ticked off. IG verified, and we're going to go over that in a second. There's been another update, which is hilarious because we should have already been verified. And if you look at my page now, people are like, bro, what happened? Did you get hacked? It's not you anymore. My DP's changed. Absolutely everything's changed. The Mac Life, okay, needs to be at 10K subs by December, 4 months. And I want to have traveled to another country that I've never been to, whether that, it was going to be Japan and South Korea, but I think you'd still need a guide for Japan at the moment. So it's most likely going to be New Zealand. Well, it will be New Zealand with my mate. And then that's that ticked off. And then essentially what I've done though is you already have little time horizons in your head of how you think things are going to work out. But when you put definitive dates on them, the only reason we don't do that is because we don't want to be disappointed and we don't want to add more stress to ourselves. So I want you to write down your goals, but I want you to put dates on them, okay? I want you to put legitimate dates when you can achieve them by. And the crazy thing is, like, when I used to write goals, I used to write them, I didn't believe them because they were, like, unrealistic. Even to earn, I was like, I want to earn $1,000 a week online. And I was like, to me in my head, I was like, that's just unrealistic. It's not, that's not achievable when you're only earning $27 a week selling this and that. And it's like, how could that ever become possible? But over time, the more and more that I've just ticked these things off and watched them being ticked off, it's scary now to the point where it's like, that's not even a big goal for me to look at and be like, one of my businesses will hit 87K a month, monthly recurring revenue, post-churn profit. Okay, we'll have the IG verified. These things are just like, they're things that will happen. They're not even things that are really that hard to attain anymore. But what I want you to do, okay, and this is very, very important with goal setting, is the next thing, and this is what most people miss. They write down their goals, but they forget to write down this. What's required of me? Okay? They put no accountability in themselves. They leave it up to external circumstances. What's required of me to achieve these goals? And when I look at it and I write down what's required of me, like, I know at this rate that we're growing on YouTube, if I leave it 4 months till the end of the year, I think we got 4 months, September, August, September, October, November, December. I would probably hit 5.5 or maybe 6K YouTube subs. But that's not my 10K goal. So what's required of me? Well, I'm pushing out 1 to 2 videos a day. And it's not what I can do, because I look at it and I'm like, damn, that already takes quite a bit of time when I'm doing everything else. It's just what's required. Because business doesn't care about what you can do or your best effort. It cares about what's required. I look at it and I'm like, well, I need to put out 5 videos every single day. And I'm like, fuck, that's a little bit more challenging, because what am I going to talk about? What am I going to, I can't do podcasts. I can't do 5 podcasts a day, and it just doesn't really feel like that would be natural. I wouldn't even want to do that. It's just, it wouldn't have the effect. And so you sit there and you start to think about these things and you start to plan them out and you think, what's required? And it starts to make you think differently. And so for me to do that, I'd have to do certain things. I'd have to restructure my day differently so that I have time to do it each day. It's going to cost different amounts for more thumbnails, and I'd have to talk with my thumbnail guy more often so that the thumbnails are getting done quicker. And I couldn't have videos with crazy edits either, because that wouldn't be viable to be able to do 5 a day with edits. So you start to write and you start to basically handle what's needed. And when you're looking at it from the outside, you're thinking of this as a problem, and this, it can't be done. You're saying to yourself, it can't be done. It's a challenge. Like, no. But what you're actually doing is, your brain is just solving the math for you. So why are you getting stressed? Your brain is figuring out all these things, and it's helping you solve the calculation to get what you want. Because what you've done is you've made your goal very big but very specific. It's not very big and very broad, which is what most people's goals are. Most people have big dreams for themselves, but they're very broad, they're very vague. And so each day they get these very vague results and very vague answers, and they're not sure how they're going, they're not sure, if they're going to make it, and they just kind of hope. But when you give your brain a very specific time, okay, and a very specific thing to solve and a very specific way to do it, your brain has to come up with a very specific answer. And it may be wrong, but it's going to be a lot more likely to succeed than a big vague thing. So I look at it for me and I'm like, okay, I'm going to need to do these videos a little bit differently each day, but I'm going to have to do what's required. So even on the days when I'm completely wrecked, completely drained, I've got nothing in the tank, 5 videos have to come out. Maybe I need to calculate for that in advance. Maybe I need to film an extra, just a sneaky 10 in one day. One of the days film out an extra 10 videos, put in that extra hustle when I'm feeling good so that I've got 10 in the bank. I've got 2 days leeway there. So you start to solve these problems. And what I want you to do after this video is I want you to go and I want you to write down your goals, okay? Because this channel, it's not just about Onlyfans. The podcasts are tailored toward Onlyfans because I believe it's one of the biggest opportunities for you to make money, and it's where I have the most specialty at the moment. But it's like, this is me telling younger me, which is you, what to do. I'm giving you the roadmap. I'm giving you the cheat codes to get to the higher level of where you want to be. I'm helping you get your goals faster. I'm helping you make more money. I'm helping you live a better life. I'm helping you be able to, like, just the little things that you get to do when you have more money. Like, over the last couple of days, take all my family out. Whether we want to go watch a movie or whatever, I take them all out. Pay for it. Pay for dinners. Pay for this. Pay for that. Be able to give them experiences where they're like, oh, they wouldn't be able to do it. Okay, so these are just some of the benefits of things that you get to do when you start to accumulate more money. And I'm trying to give you the cheat codes. I'm trying to give you the roadmaps to get there. And it's like, I will never stop putting out these podcasts. I will never stop. And I'm just excited every single day that I get to wake up and I get to put out another podcast. And I really want to put out a book, but I'm holding off. Like, I'm holding myself till I'm 30. And when I'm 30, I'm going to release a book. And there's just going to be that many fucking things in it. And there's already that many things that I could add now. But I'm like, I know that at 30, it's going to be even better. And when I release this book, like, I'd already started writing this other book before. It was about, like, sales in my past and all this stuff. And I scrapped it. I was halfway when I scrapped it. And I was like, no, it can be better. And I put in all this time and effort. And I was like, but it can be better. It can be more valuable. What's the thing that's missing? I need more time. I need to be more focused on what's working now so I can really give value. And so I said in my head, I was like, well, when I'm 30, I've still got 3 and a bit years till I hit 30. It's like, then I'll do the book. So, yeah. I don't know how we got so off tangent, but we've got quite a few more updates to get into. The whole thing of that is I want you to write down your ideas and that, and I want you to understand that you're in a golden opportunity right now. And that's like YouTube. You need to be putting out a podcast every single day minimum. If you put out a podcast every single day for the next 2 years, you will have the best chance possible at becoming a millionaire whilst having barely any other skills. Whether your podcasts are horrendous, horrible lighting, whatever it is, okay, if you do it for the next 2 years every single day, you have a better opportunity, I feel, to become a millionaire than any other industry combined. You should be doing it. There is no reason that you shouldn't be doing it. There's no reason that you can't do it, okay? And yeah, sure, there's little micro things that you're going to have to figure out, but that's just the fun of it. Just take it as a learning experience. You get to enjoy, and this is what you get to do, and you get to create. It's funny, I was speaking yesterday. I went out for lunch with my sister and her partner, my brother-in-law, and my dad and my dad's partner, and we all went out for lunch, and then we went for a walk around the botanical gardens and shit. And I was chatting to my brother-in-law, and I was saying, like, he was saying, he's not too happy with his job. He enjoys his job, but he makes like $100K a year or whatever. But he finds it stressful, and he finds these certain things. And I was like, well, what do you enjoy? Like, why wouldn't you just, if it's money focused, I can give you the blueprint right now. Get up every single day for an hour, film a podcast, put it on YouTube. As it gets bigger, then expand and stage 2, scale it like I have. It's across, Google Podcast now. I'm available on Spotify. We're just setting up the Apple Podcast. It's simple, but it's not easy. It's quite simple to make a lot of money, but it's not easy. And I could give you a 2-year roadmap. And he was saying, yeah, well, I don't know, like, I don't want to do it. I fear, like, putting myself out there. It's not something that's... And I was like, but these are things that, do you think they would detract from you, or do you think they would enhance you by taking that step? You know, I don't want to have to receive all the hate messages coming in. And I'm like, yeah, but don't you think that would make you a stronger person all around? And so it's kind of weird that I can know exactly for people what to do, and I can try and tell you every single day in these podcasts, this is what you should be doing. And yet 99% of you won't fucking do it. And it's like, even if maybe it's you that you don't want to put out the podcast, but you're a Hive member, you can just reshare these podcasts. They already go massive. You can put your affiliate link, and then there you go. Make money that way. There are multiple ways, but you need to be utilizing YouTube. YouTube, like, it's only in this last year that I've realized how powerful it is compared to everything else. That being said, that leads me into the next point, because I want to hammer on. We're already 20 minutes in. I want to lead you into the next point, which is scary. I put out a video the other day. I don't want to say the title because I feel like it's scary now, because I feel like my videos are being monitored. So it's like, I put out a video the other day, and it was on Andrew Tate, and it was a video about him, and it was and the whole parameter was a reaction video. It was me just doing a reaction video to him, and him losing all his social medias recently, his banks, his paywalls, all everything, his payment processes. And it was just a reaction video that I put out. And that video got taken down. It got removed. I got sent an email, okay? I'm not going to I was going to put the picture of the email, but I'm not going to put it because I feel like there's more chance of this getting taken down. That video got taken down. And the whole point of my reaction video, what I was saying is, we live in a scary time, because if you're from a developed country or a country that's not as oppressed as other countries, okay, like you look at North Korea and theyese other countries, they're not even allowed access to YouTube. You really don't understand how lucky we are to have freedom of speech. And little bit by little bit, it's being taken away. And it's ever since the big scam fucking demic that took place, okay, we have fact checking. That's now a thing where it's like, okay, we fact check your information. You can't just post what you want anymore. It has to be fact checked. And it's the biggest way to get people to comply is by saying safety. It's like where they say, put your tray table up on a plane. If it was really, all the tray tables being down could unbalance a plane that much that we could be out of the sky, you wouldn't be allowed to have fucking tray tables. But they get everyone to comply simply because they can say the word safety. And so every person puts their fucking tray table up. And it was under the guise of safety now that our freedom of speech is really being subtracted. And I know there's already platforms that are out there, but I feel that we'll have a shift soon where the biggest social media platform is yet to be created. And this is why I'm creating all this long form content, because it will all be shifted over there eventually. There will be a day, okay, where a social media platform is created that has no censorship. And you would think that would be easy to invent, but it's not, because it's kind of hard in today's society as well to do that. The reason why it's hard is if a platform is to have no censorship, and you say, well, we just create a platform with no censorship, people could post up videos of like rape, they could post up videos of, say, even things that just should not be online, beheadings, like all these certain things in a platform where there's no censorship. That would be a bad place where a lot of people would avoid, okay? So there needs to be some censorship, but then once you say some censorship, who censors it and who has the agenda behind that? So it's a very, very hard thing to do, but I feel it is the golden opportunity. It'll be the next trillionaire, the person that invents the next biggest app that is widespread, that has the perfect blend of censorship. But we're in a fucking scary age now where videos are getting taken down. And, my video that got taken down got taken down because it was of Mr. Tate, and it was him, and he's a banned creator. And essentially it said to repost content from banned creators is not allowed. So it wasn't me talking about freedom of speech. It was just that I used, his video. But the fact that YouTube could read that from a small creator like me, realize I'm using parts of his video, and then remove it altogether is fucking scary. Like YouTube was meant to be the one freedom of speech place, and now it's getting taken down completely. I love this town. Look, the boys on their Sunday, there's these young boys, they're walking by. What's everyone else doing? fucking sitting there scrolling on their phone. They're out fishing. They're enjoying it. They're going fishing. They got their little buckets and their rods and shit. It's great. Anyway, I wonder if this video I taken down, it's kind of scary that we're in this age. Now, let me give you an update on the Instagram verification. So I will put up the screenshot for this one because it's kind of funny. And the way I look at it, it's like, now it's just humorous. I just look at it as like Murphy's Law, what can go wrong will go wrong. And it's like, okay, I completely changed the profile. We have the link to the Spotify. We have the page set up for Facebook. We have every fucking thing done. That morning, he was saying, we're going to submit this morning. Let's just get these last tasks done. Okay, last tasks are done. And this is the message I get. Let me write down the fucking timestamp. 25:30. Bing! Now, I'll give you a little second to actually read through it. It's a group chat on WhatsApp. One of the guys that was like middlemaning it that referred me to this guy, and then it ended up getting so sloppy that he put me in a group anyway. They've already taken their cut from the money I paid. What the guy in the middle, man, who I'm friends with, he's already used this guy's services before, and I watched him do it and get verified. So that's how I knew that it would work. Okay, the process, and this dude. But you just wouldn't believe how much shit there is, like, constantly to try and stop the Mac Life from getting verified. And so my last message, I probably cropped it out. You can't see it because I try to fit in all theirs, is me saying, bro, I need an actual date. But I've done this like 50 times. Like, give me a fucking date that we can do it. Stop making excuses. It's just poor business. It's sloppy business, and it needs to be done. So, you know, the thing is, it's not even the IG verification that I care about anymore. It's like, I'm just so keen to get it done because it means that it was so damn hard to get done. And it's just another thing that I've persisted with. And it's just another tick on my belt to say to myself, perseverance is the key. And you may think of this as a novelty, you know, thing to persevere on something silly. But the amount of time that I dedicated, the amount of capital that I dedicated, the amount of, you know, people that I had to leverage in order to get this to work. I had to know certain people and watch certain things in the space. And it's like, just another hard thing to accomplish. And I've done it. And it'll be done fucking soon. Trust me. We're on the cusp. We're not quitting. We never quit. Now I've got two more things for you. One is super, super quick. And it's just like, if you don't know what content to make, let me go back to the YouTube, and you're like, yeah, I don't know about podcasts, this and that. If you don't know what content to make and you're struggling to come up with ideas, and you know you can't talk every day like I talk for a fucking 45 minutes, just do reaction videos. You can grow insanely fast with reaction videos, insanely fast, and you don't even need to come up with content ideas. You're just looking through other trending shit, and then just pick shit that you actually enjoy. If you enjoy, you know, sports, like I said to my cousin, do reaction videos on sports. Just look through, you know, what's trending and fucking this and that. Just do reactions. Super, super simple. And then later on, you can add in your own custom content. Okay, so maybe you can't talk for this long, but go ahead and create reaction videos. It's the cheap, easy way to do it. And then also the other opportunity on top of that now is you should be adding in YouTube Shorts. Like, YouTube Shorts are starting to get a big boost now. My ones that would normally get like 1,000, 2,000 views now are all starting to get bigger views. So YouTube Shorts, hammer down. About to get into the Onlyfans content, but this last quick topic, it applies to the Onlyfans stuff as well. And it's what I've seen the most from my Hive members is where you're going wrong is you hire a girl. You start to make, you know, a couple hundred a day, and then you start to get that to, you know, multiple hundreds where you're earning a couple hundred a day, almost 6 figures a year already. And then you stop doing what's working to chase something else. You're like, oh, I can't get fucking TikTok ads to work. Oh, fucking, oh, I don't know if this is for me. And then I'm like, bro, like, you've been working at this 3 weeks. You got a girl. You started to get the marketing correctly working for her, doing what you were doing before, sitting there swiping all day on Tinder. You're making now 6 figures a year when you calculate it out. And now you've stopped doing that. Why? Why have you? Because it got boring. You're constantly searching for the new shiny object. It's like, why aren't you just fucking doing what's working? Hammer down on what's working. So many times we get something working and we chop it and we change. Why? Why? Fuck. Why are you changing what's working? If it's working, replicate the process. Okay, this is working and it's taking me 5 hours of my day. maybe for a year be willing to work and put in the hard work for 10 hours a day. Or say I'm going to work 10 hours a day and then dedicate an hour of my day trying to figure out how I can delegate certain tasks and make this work. Okay? Sit there and go, okay, I got this to work. I'm going to just look for a whole nother girl to work for me. Let me put in the exact same amount of time as I did before, and these extra 5 hours put in work. Okay, now put in the other 5 hours a day marketing with her Tinder. Oh my God, you have to work 10 hours a day. Do the fucking work. Now you've got 2 and now you're earning multiple 6 figures a year. But most people get something working and then you're looking at what's new and, oh fuck, one of the other people in the group got a fucking ad to take off. So now you're spending all your energy, 99% of your energy, trying to get the hot ad to work rather than doing what was working. Do what works. Once you figure it out, 90% of you are getting something to work, and then I watch it weeks later or a month later, and then I'll hit you up and it's like, yeah, I fucking I'm struggling with this, and I'm like, well, how much you earn? Oh, I earned this much before, but now I'm learning less, and I'm like, why? Why is that the case? And they're like, well, I'm like, what did you stop? Well, yeah, I wasn't doing that because I'm focusing on this. Why? You had something working. For fuck's sake, it's like if you go to the gym, you're doing a workout routine, you start to see some gains, you start to see everything working, and it's like, fuck, I'm going to stop and try, a ketogenic diet now. I'm going to stop, I'm going to try fucking this. I'm going to stop, I'm going to try that. Why? Sometimes we're our own worst enemies. That's all for that there. About to be on Apple Podcast as well, but I've got to set that up. Let's get into the OnlyFans stuff, because I've still got 4 other videos to film today, or 3 other videos today, because today will be a double podcast a day. So, we're looking at how to make money as an OnlyFans manager. Now, obviously, the very first step of that is quite simple. You need girls to manage. Simple. And you could manage boys or whatever. This isn't the PC fucking politically correct channel. No, I can manage a boy, there's gay. Shut the fuck up. If you want to manage boys, I don't give a fuck. Manage boys. Don't correct the Mac while I'm fucking talking. Now, okay. Girls to manage. How can you go ahead and find them? It's pretty simple. Go to places, and Russell Brunson talks about this in his Traffic Secrets book. Rather than trying to make the process hard, go to places where they already exist. Look at the girls you already know in your life that may be comfortable doing it. First, start off by reaching out to them. You've already put in time, you've already put in effort to build connections with these people. You already have some leverage there. You have some ability to leverage, okay, past relations, past experience, past whatever it is that you have. So start there. The next is to go through maybe the girls who already follow you on Instagram. Reach out to those ones or the ones you chat with. Okay? Maybe you're already flirting with girls on Snapchat. Go through those girls and ask those girls. Okay. Maybe you have none of that. Start cold DMing. Go to places where they already exist. Look on Instagram. Use hashtag OnlyFans girls and look at girls that are already doing OnlyFans. Reach out to those girls. You need girls to manage. You can email them. If they have their WhatsApp number there, send them a message on WhatsApp. If they have their fucking just IG, send them a message on IG. If it's TikTok, go through TikTok. Whatever it is, you're just cold messaging, and all it is putting in the reps to get it to work. Like I explain in the course, right? Inside the Hive Mind, which you should already be in because it's step-by-step clear what to do, plus a power community, 500 members of others crushing it. Link in the description. I already explained exactly how to find girls, the hot method and the cold method. So with no money, no capital, and then with capital. And I have members that join, they watch, and then they say inside the Discord or inside the Facebook, how are you guys getting girls? And it's like, did you watch the material? Yeah, I did. Have you applied it? Yeah. How many girls did you message? 13. I got no responses. I wish I could reach you and slap people. And then, so what happens is, but this is why the Hive is so powerful. We have other members there that hold them accountable now. It doesn't need to be me holding people accountable anymore. I have other members going, bro, cold DM 100 girls every fucking day. And so now other members aren't just telling them to do it. Then they're saying, how did you go? Did you hold account? Did you do what I said? Yeah, I did it. How'd you go? Yeah, I signed my first girl. I've made 130 first day. Now I'm working on this problem. It's like we're our own worst fucking enemy. Okay, so the easiest ways to get girls to manage is simply to go ahead and cold outreach. Or if you have capital, you can leverage capital to save yourself time at the cost of money. Okay, it's going to be a positive ROI later on, which it will. You can leverage ads, run them to a landing page, set up your agency page. Once OnlyFans 2.0 comes out, it's going to be a drop and drag setup for your OnlyFans agency. You're gonna get the theme liquid. Okay, you're gonna swap some pictures out and swap the words with your agency name. Boom. Now you have a whole landing page, super high converting, all your email flows, and all you gotta do is run traffic there. I'm making it too easy for you motherfuckers. Join the hive mind. Okay, once you've got girls to manage, now what do you need to do? You need to understand marketing. Marketing's pretty simple, but it changes day to day, okay? The same thing applies with marketing. You have paid marketing and you have free marketing or organic marketing. What channels currently provide the best organic marketing abilities or means? Girls' personal Instagrams that you're managing because they already have thirsty dudes waiting, okay? So use stories. There's Snapchats, okay? Tinder, which is free, but it's time heavy, but it works incredibly well. Like we've had accounts set up that get 10,000 likes in areas in a day. Like 10,000 dudes. That's 10,000 potential bits of traffic. This is the easiest game in the world to make money. You're never going to see shit like this again. So marketing, it changes day to day, but there's so many ways. And then you obviously have paid marketing. You can use TikTok ads, you can run Google ads. And yes, they're going to break guidelines, but there's always ways to skirt the guidelines. We like to dance along the line at the Mac Life, okay? Join the Hive, it's going to show you the marketing things and we constantly update them each year, okay? We constantly update Insider Onlyfans 2.0 when it comes out. It's a whole refresh on all the marketing as well. So essentially the way in which it's going to work is all the OnlyFans masterclass that's inside the Hive now will get a refresh, and the OnlyFans 2.0 will be the exclusive content. So we'll get a refresh of everything else, plus we get the exclusive content in the 2.0. That'll be available for only a select amount of Hive members, okay? I'm going to cap it. I don't know what I'm going to cap it at yet. Boom, and then each year, we'll just keep updating it and keep updating. I'll just bring out the newest information. And I have collective intelligence. I have, 100, 200, 300 people messaging me a day telling me what's working for them, okay, what they've been doing. I have the biggest pool of cumulative data. I can't be beaten. And then I'm running split tests constantly between my team on different things. So, untouchable. Now, you've got girls, you're running marketing, you're making money. What else do you need to know? Well, you need to understand key business principles. They're the next thing. Frameworks that you can apply that are going to improve. So they're going to minimize the amount of time that you put in, okay, and they're going to maximize your results. The easiest way to do that is by understanding pricing. I've described pricing in every single other video. I'm not going to do that here. Join the Hive mind, okay? But next thing that you're doing is you found girls to manage. You understand marketing. Now you need to understand principles, okay? Increasing the LTVs of customers. You need to understand, basically upskilling yourself as a business person. You need to understand, okay, customer service. You need to understand value ladders and content hierarchies and simplifying processes and all these systems of a business, essentially. You're learning systems. The next thing that you need is to understand how to manage teams to handle certain things for you, because you can't do everything yourself. You're going to need a team to handle messages. You're going to need your customer service team. You're going to need to have someone that can fill in for you on your different time zones when you're not there, to have direct communication with your girls in case they encounter any problems. Okay, you're going to need teams. I also show inside the Hive how we hire teams. And basically, my thing for hiring people is very, very simple. It's hire fast, fire fast. I'm not going to put the time and effort into training people because I don't feel I need to, okay? I've rarely seen, same as Alex and Mozzie talks about this, I've rarely seen people, it can be done, but I've rarely seen people go from like a 2 to a 10, okay? I've rarely seen people go from a 2, apply training, to a 10. I could take a 2, train them and get them to a 6. Okay, I've seen this like at the call center where I was a team trainer. I've taken a 2 to a 6, but it's so much easier to have someone start at a 6 and just say, bro, like you're already a 6, you're already an 8. You just need to do these little things. And then they're a 10, okay? So my idea is just hire fast, fire fast. And the reason that works is because everyone is going to be a 10 at something different, okay? So maybe it's a different role for that person. But you need to hire fast and fire fast because you're hiring for a specific role at a specific time. So and I can't talk too much on this because I don't really have experience. I run as a solopreneur, basically, that has small teams, and then connections. I have connections that are specialists. Like I have my accountant who's a specialist that handles everything. I don't need to understand, my P&Ls, and I don't need to look through my books because he handles everything for me. And it's like, okay, I have some understanding of it, but I've hired a specialist to do it, and he's a 10 out of 10. Okay, and I don't care that he charges a shit ton more than other accountants, because he's a 10 out of 10, okay? So I'm going to pay for the experience, I'm going to pay for professionalism every single time. And it's like thumbnail dudes. I had to fuck around with thumbnail dudes till I found a 10 out of 10. I found someone who was an 8 out of 10. They delivered high quality thumbnails, but his communication skills was poor. He always got it delivered on time, but never before, okay? And then he'd have communication issues or he'd be overlogged with orders. So, I just fired him. It's just I look for another dude. And now I have a 10 out of 10. Every single time he delivers, his thing is I'll be delivered within 2 days. It's always delivered within the same day, okay? His communication is quick. It's always perfect. It never needs critiquing. It's just I've hired and fired fast until I found a 10 out of 10. And that's what you need to understand. That's just one thing. And I teach you inside when you look for girls for OnlyFans how to find these people. And then I want you to understand this last thing when it comes to OnlyFans girls and the OnlyFans business. And people say, yeah, well, oh, fuck, I've lost a girl. We were working together for 3 months. She decided her boyfriend, this is a big one. Her boyfriend, she's got a boyfriend now and he doesn't want her to do it and she doesn't want to do it and da-da-da-da-da. You're going to fuck up. Oh, my, what? There's 2 horses outside. There's just actually 2 horses outside my window. Just, where are they going? That horse is doing the back step. Hold up. I'm going to give you some jam in a second, but you don't even need a helmet to ride a horse. Save a horse, ride a cowgirl. Now, let me tell you. Okay, so what happens within business is everyone's going to fuck up. You're going to fuck up. And you just need to have that mentality that, okay, I'm going to do it. It's never going to run perfect. I'm going to fuck up and that's going to make me better. And the fuck ups are good because they make you a more experienced entrepreneur. They make you better. And it's like for me, I'll give you an example of a big fuck up so you can see that even the Mac life fucks up. Even though I'm immortal, even though I'm above all humans, even I fuck up. I was doing Facebook Marketplace and dominating. And my idea for scaling was to have 100 accounts because I thought I could have people operate accounts for me. I hadn't thought about the affiliate idea yet, which was the next thing of marketing that I learned for Facebook Marketplace. But I was like, if I'm making all this money with a Marketplace account and I can only post so many products a day, I just need 100 Marketplace accounts. And I was like, right, I'm going to buy 100 Marketplace accounts. And I bought 100 Marketplace accounts, whatever cost they were. I can't remember at the time. I spent quite a bit of money to buy all these accounts and fucked around, set them all up. But I didn't use different IPs for any of them. So I'd set them all up and the first day I logged in, I posted all the products on every single account and it took me the entire day and I was like, this is going to be fucking magnificent, the money I'm going to make. Anyway, I logged in later that day to go through and check all the products. I can't remember. I've done this process twice and I fucked up once overseas while I was in Thailand trying to use a different server because I'd changed something and I'd fucked up once before I was in Thailand. And I logged in. I tried to log in and it was like, this account's been locked, please use verification purposes, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, fuck, I don't have these verification purposes. And I tried that on every account. All 100 had been linked together. They'd found that they were all linked to whatever IP or whatever the fuck metric they use. And it linked it all together and it shut all of them down. And I messaged a dude and I was like, bro, I just dropped a few grand on you for these accounts. Do you have the backup verification things for me to get in? And he's like, no, they were blank profiles. There's no fucking anything on them. They're fakes. You can't, like, they're just completely they're not brand new accounts. They're completely blank accounts that hadn't been warmed up, okay? And they'd just been sitting there, but they were aged. So they were aged but not warm. And I didn't understand the difference between aged and not warm. And he's like, bro, you should have bought warm accounts and then you should have used the VPN. And he's like, I'm not refunding you. And I was like, fuck! I was like, I fucked up. And I was like, but I can either be like, oh, no, never fucking whinge about it, or I can be like, all right, bro, I'm willing to pay you again, but tell me this time, what are some things that I could fuck up on? Because I don't want to be double paying you again, or I'll be going out and finding someone else because you're not going to be helpful. And he was like, bro, okay, let me sit down, let me tell you the things. You need to warm up accounts first, which means they need to have some sort of activity instead of just posting products straight away over a few days. Okay. I looked and I was like, okay, so that's what warming an account is. Now you need to have different ways to mask the IP. So you're going to need something that can mask, okay, certain things. And then I discovered Session Box. And then I discovered having multiple Chrome profiles with session boxes on each to double my chance of hiding these things. And then using multiple devices as well. And so I learned these things and I was like, okay, so that's a way around it. And then coming with that big fuck up, I learned the new skill on top. And then by learning that new skill, I made more money because I was then able to use 100 accounts. So that's all for today. That's a big potty. I've got to send over 2 podcasts today and get them uploaded, as well as the other 3 videos that I'm filming. So appreciate you all for watching. If you want to save time and not make 100 mistakes and skip time and start making more money quicker, okay, you're still going to make mistakes, but save a majority of time, join the fucking Hive Mind. It's all the Onlyfans training, all the e-com training, all the YouTube training, all the Instagram training, and our community of 500 people doing the same thing. Link below. Hit subscribe. Join the Hive. See you all tomorrow. Baka.